made our shakers, and this week what I want to do is work on our cover, because with this one what we've got a moving element on this as well, because my little fairies pop out here, and I wanted to do something very, very similar on the front of my book, and then I've just covered it with normal paper on the rest of it. So if you want to grab your books, let's have a look at the covers. Okay,
Marius, do you have the papers?
I do have some, but they're not on the website. If you Anne, no, but I'm actually putting in an order this weekend, so if there's any extras that you want, drop me a line and I'll put them on my order, so I can get that for you, I think. Right, book, yes. So I think I started cutting some things out for this last week, but I'm not sure. So what I need to do is decide which papers I'm going to use on the front of my book and which papers I want on the back. Now, I thought what would be nice would be to have on the front for this one, because I'm using Graphic 45 Ephemera Queen. I thought it would be nice to have the Queen popping out from behind a load of flowers and stuff. So that was my kind of plan. Now I'm sure I must have mentioned this in class last week, because it's ringing a bell. So what I thought was, there's my Queen, and I was going to hide her behind some flowers and some of the cards, kind of like that sort of thing, and then she'll just pop up from the back. That was my thinking. So what I need to do is decide what papers I'm going to put on the front, and then what I'm going to put on the side and the back. Now, because these are 8 inches, they're just a tiny bit too short, so I'm going to have to bear that in mind when I choose my papers. So let's have a look. I think I might use those. Although that yellow's rather... Glyn! Is Glyn here? I knew it! Will you remind me to tell Glyn that Ephemera Queen has got yellow roses in it? Guys, I'm going to challenge you. Do you know any scrapbooking papers that have got yellow roses? Now, I know Ciao Bella Cecilia has some, and obviously so does Ephemera Queen. I knew I'd seen some somewhere, but do you know any others that do? No, I know you don't, dear. I don't know what to use. I might go for blue. Let's have a look. So, because my papers are only 8 inches, is that going to be too busy? Maybe. It's better on the pink, isn't it? What do we think? Is it better on the pink or is it better on the yellow? Decisions. Or is it better? Oh no, I don't like it on the green. Well, that's resolved that. Pink or yellow? On the pink, yeah, I'm inclined to think so. Yeah. Okay, we'll go for the pink. Righty-ho. So, what I need to do is, I'm going to have this going all the way round. But I want to, this is going to take a little bit of maths. So if I end up talking to myself, I apologise profusely. If you've been sensible enough to use 12 by 12 paper, this won't be so much of an issue for you. So the book is 6 by 9. So, pencil.
6 pen.
So, say 6 by 4, 5 by 6. That's an inch. So that's 4 by 1, and 5 by 1, and then 5 by 6, and 6 by 4 on the back. Right, okay, so now I'm going to cut these bits out. Right. So 5 by 6.
5 by 6.
I'm going to cut it just over. Huh? Make sure that fits. Yep. That needs to be just under 1. Oh, I've just realised I made the one on my much wider. So what did I say? 6. I did, didn't I? 6. Okay. See if that's wide enough to go round. I've lost my picture again. Yes, it is. Okay, so like I said, mine's going to be done slightly differently because I'm going to have to make mine in bits. So I'm just going to put that round there.
Margaret Montgomery, that's my name. Finally, I think she's in.
Hi, Margaret.
On Western Ontario.
Oh. I've lost my picture again. I don't know where it keeps going.
I don't know.
It's really off-putting. I hate not talking to, or not being able to see what I'm doing.
Dia's got a sweet new trimmer coming on Monday.
Oh, brilliant.
She's a different version.
Right, let's just pop that there. Now, it's important that we don't put the front bit on first. We've got to work with the back and the spine before we do anything. So I'm just going to... I'm going to do my spine first because on my original, the spine has actually gone underneath. So I'm going to put those on first. So, where's my glue? I've run out of glue again. I don't know how this happens every week.
I brought you a new one.
Yeah, I know. I finished that one.
Oh.
Right, let's just make sure this is the right way up. Yeah. And I'm going to put my spine on first. Okay, so I'm just putting that on so that there's an overlap on the back and the front. And now I'm going to do the same with the top bit. So I'm just folding where the spine is. Pop that back on and make sure that it fits. Yeah. And now I'm going to glue it. Okay, so that's my spine on. Probably would have helped if I put some glue on that bit.
I was going to say, you put a glue on the flap.
That wasn't very clever, was it? Got to have glue on your flaps.
Yeah.
Right. So now I'm going to put... Did I actually cut those? Wait, eh? Probably would have helped if I cut that down to 6, wouldn't it? Have I cut it up? What sort of idiot am I? Oh no, it's there. All right, I need to cut these down to 6. Right, so on my original, what I did was I distressed the edges, but I'm not going to do that on this because I haven't done that throughout the book. Okay, so let's pop that on the back. You been and got me some glue? You are amazing. Thank you,
You need to
darling.
stop selling it. You've only got 3 left.
Yeah, I know. I've ordered some more. Okay, and now I'm just going to put one on the top for the back. Oh, the right way round would probably be a good thing. Right, let's line that up. Okay, so that's the back, which probably needs gluing rather better than I've glued it. Right, now the front, because we've got the bits that move, we actually have to be quite clever about how we do this, because I don't know if you can see, let me just push these fairies back in, but they actually go into a slot that I have cut out of the pattern paper. And to make sure that they can easily move up and down, what I've done is I've put this front back sheet onto some chipboard. So what I've done is I've built up a frame for the chipboard around the front here. I've cut a slit and then I've made the mechanism which helps it slide, which we'll do in a minute. And then I've stuck that on top. So what I'm going to do first is build the frame that this goes on. So what I need to use is some thin chipboard. Here's one I made earlier. That's probably too thick, actually. I'm using the very thin one. Yeah. Let's have a look. And I like this because it'll go through my trimmer really easily. And I'm going to cut some strips at about 1/4 of an inch. About, yeah. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's just a rough estimate. Okay. So I need to make sure that this overlaps at the same level. So if I just place that on there very quickly, so it's in the right place. Oh no, that's my new glue, which I need to just make a hole. I'm just going to pop some glue across there. You won't have to bother with all this bother if you've done yours with a piece of 12 by 12. Right, so that is the front piece. So what I want to do now is take these pieces of chipboard and make a frame to go around. Actually, before I do that, it might be easier for me to cut the hole for my slit, as it were. So this is the bit that I'm going to have movable, and I'm going to pop her probably about there. So if I take my pencil, which I had and I've lost.
Borrow mine, dear.
Oh, thank you, dear. And I'm going to think now, it's going to be best, probably easiest for me to put the mechanism under here because there's quite a lot of space there. So if I start the mechanism about there, and then I decide how far up I want to pull her, probably to about there. If I can see where I've drawn, which I can't, oh, for goodness sake. I've got this nice line on the paper here. Which will help me when I come to make the slit. That doesn't look straight. It's not, is it? Just let me straighten that up. Right, so I've got my mark.
Here I am.
Yeah, no, the other mark.
What?
No, that's not what I meant. Let's just see, how far in is that? 2 1/4 inches exactly. Well, that's good. So I'm going to make a mark there, 2 1/4. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a slit, and be careful when you do this because you're going to need the piece of paper that we're going to cut out, okay? I'm going to cut a slit like that where I want that groove to go, okay? Then I'm going to move my ruler, and you can draw this out if you want to, That's probably somewhere in the region of about 3/16 of an inch. It's not very wide. And I'm just going to cut. Actually, I might do it a bit thinner than that.
Wendy has just said, no, you're cutting into your mat.
Yeah, I know. I know. I'm not doing it very hard though. So I've cut this slit. And I'm removing that piece of paper out there like that. Okay, don't lose this bit, very important. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put on these bits on the back that I said I was going to do earlier. Where have I put the one that I've cut? There it is. Right. Obviously, if you've got more than one moving part, you'll have to draw more than one slit. But I'm just going to stick these onto the reverse of my front page. Okay, right, now before we glue this onto our book, we're going to need to make the mechanism that's going to help our little motif move. So I'm going to take some more of this card, this chipboard, and I'm just going to cut a piece about that sort of length. And this is the tricky bit, because what I want to do now is cut a piece that is thin enough to sit in the middle of here, but also go through our slit. So it has to be quite thin. And we're going to need 2 of those. So you can see how fiddly this is. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue these into the middle of that, like that. Okay, so when I put this on top of that bit there, it should be thin enough to move up and down my slit. That sounded terrible. Oh my God, that sounded horrendous. You know what I mean, guys. You get the idea. Okay, now really it needs to dry. But I think I'm going to be lucky if I have time for that. So when we have our moving bit, we're going to need a way to actually make it move, to pull it. So what I did was I used a little piece of ribbon, which I have absolutely no idea where. I might have some ribbon that will fit. Not even on the floor. Hang on while I just have a look here. There's bound to be something somewhere I can use. the floor the other day. This is just typical. Oops, that didn't sound good. This might be, well, this is really a bit thick. Might cut it down a bit. Okay, so you'll do it tidier than this, I'm quite sure.
You've got sticky scissors.
I've always got sticky scissors.
From cutting this.
Oh, I'm going to have to get glue on my fingers now. We all know how much I hate that. Ugh. You guys are going to do this bit better than me, but basically what I've done is I've just put a little piece of ribbon on the back of her head, and I'm just going to put some paper over the top very simply because I haven't got time to wait for it to dry, and it's going to stick to the wrong bits if I'm not careful. You don't need to do this bit, I'm just doing it so it doesn't all stick to everything. Okay, so my queen's got a pulley bit now.
Or a noose, as we like to call it.
Oh, I was dreaming about that the other day, just to tell you.
Sure you were. No.
Oh. Right, okay, so I've lost the picture again. What I need to do next is quite tricky also, because I need to glue directly onto this back bit exactly where that slitty bit's going to go. So if I just place my cover like that there, I'm going to pop a little bit of glue. Actually, I'll tell you what I could do. I could probably do it with it. Draw it, couldn't I? Let's see if this works. The idea is that when I put that on there, you don't see, it's not quite in the right place, you don't see the white of my cover, you see that piece of paper that we cut off earlier. That's the plan anyway. Right, so I need to glue this on, but keep your mechanism to hand. Oh, wrong glue. So I'm just quickly going to put some glue around that frame that we've just built. I'm going to pop the mechanism like that. And I'm going to glue down my cover on top of that slit of paper where that mechanism is. Okay, you get the idea. So that mechanism will run fairly smoothly. The difficulty I've got is because of this join here, up and down there. So now what I have to do is attach my queen. And the way that I do that, obviously, is I'm just going to put a little bit of glue onto the top of the mechanism. And I'm going to glue her to it like that. Okay. I really don't want to pull her until she's had a chance to glue. So all I'm going to do now is decorate up the rest of my cover. So I've got these, oh, I've lost the picture again. So I've got these bits that I've already fussy cut, and I'm going to put these on some chipboard because I want it to be higher than my queen, because I don't want it to interfere with the mechanism in any way. And bearing in mind that I've got bits like that, I'm going to have to be very careful about where I choose to put my chipboard, because I don't want it to interfere with the mechanism or the pulling or anything like that. So really the only place I can put my chipboard is right down here. It's just things that you just have to consider when you've got moving parts. Like you. Okay, so if I put that there, I don't think that's going to interfere with any of the bits of the queen. So when I pull her, you see, she comes up like that, and she's actually stayed on the mechanism. But you get the idea, and I need to make sure that when I push her back down again, I'll have to watch that, that she doesn't get stuck on stuff. Okay. So now all I've got to do is just build up my front cover and decorate it however I like. So really, as far as the book goes, that's it. There's not really much else for me to tell you in terms of how to make it. It's really just a case of decorating it up now. Make sure that when you're finished, you pop your books in the group for us all to ooh and ah over. I'm looking very much to seeing, there's already been a couple finished, which is absolutely brilliant. I'm sure David's going to make another one to add to his 2 that he's already done. That might be better like that. I'm going to fussy cut some yellow roses, I think. Where's my yellow rose paper? Are you singing, dear?
No.
Oh.
And so she loves the little pictures on your other book.
Huh?
And so she loved the little pictures on the other book.
Yeah, me too, but I like those papers such a lot.
They're fabulous.
They're so cool.
I thought they were gnomes.
Well, they might be gnomes. I don't really know what they are. Little creatures of the forest. Okay, so really, as far as I'm concerned, that's it. We're done. It's just a case of you decorating up how you want to and taking it from there. So is there anything that I haven't covered that you want me to cover or go over again? Anything that you're not too sure about? Or are you happy for us to leave it there for this week? Oh, yeah, well, you're stuck with me, dear. Oh, Michelle, I'm so glad. Well, it's a cheap slider, Margaret. It's a slider for those of us on a budget, shall we say. I am pretty certain that you can get some proper sliders that people use in card making, which are probably a whole lot less fiddly and easier to use than the way that I've shown you. But if you haven't got access to them, or you don't want to shell out any money on it, then maybe you know, that's helped you see how you might be able to make it work on a budget, shall we say. Right, nearly done. So I'm going to build up the front cover. I think I'm going to make like a rose garden. I was going to say, I'm sure that's the song.
Ellie says, yes, you need to reply to her message.
I do. Sorry, Ellie, I had a bit of a crisis earlier. Another one. We just lurch from crisis to crisis, don't we, dear?
Yes. From day 5 to day...
Yeah, apparently when I did our week in the life, I thought today was day 7. I still think today's day 7.
Only I noticed.
But only Mark noticed I actually put day 6. But I think it is day 7 because tomorrow's... We started on Saturday.
Well, yesterday you put it to day 5.
Well, I don't know what day it is. Story of my life.
Silly says, can you have a little walk through of it, please?
You can't. What? I'll show you. I'll show you the original one. Unless you want to see that one particularly, even though I haven't done anything to it. So, I've lost my picture again.
You make them very similar to the way Victorians made them.
I made the what? What now?
Slidey things.
Oh, really? Well, that just shows how old I am. Yesterday I went backwards. Did I? Oh, I have no idea. Okay, right. So this is the Whimsical wallet. So on my front cover, I've made 2 sliders for my little creatures whose leg I've totally wrecked, which is why it keeps bumping up every time I do that. So all I've done on the front here is I've lifted up the flowers and I've just layered them up, but I've made sure that I've left a gap so that my little creatures can sit behind. Okay.
That leg crack.
What leg?
The little pixie's leg when you bent it back.
No. I think I've. Where's the middle of it? Oh yeah. Hang on. Just let me just pop this back in a minute because I've left the shaker out. Okay, and then you open it up and you've got pockets to your left and pockets to your right. So on this side, what we've got first of all is a space for photo mats with these 4 triangular pockets.
Stacey, Alan, that's where you get the backing papers.
The backing, these ones, they're by a company called AB Studio, and it's called Whisper of Fairy Tales. So do have a look online. I haven't got any in stock at the moment, but I am putting an order in this weekend because I ran out of these. But there's a whole new load that they've brought out that's quite similar. There's another one called Shine Your Light, which is very similar that I've got. But it's AB Studio, and these papers are called Whispers of Fairy Tales. Okay. So you open it up, and what you've got here is you've got a pocket with photo mats, and then I've used just like a little easy pocket down here where I've just put a few little tags. That lifts up like that. to show another pocket underneath with, once again, space for your photos and a couple of tags. That folds down like that, and then in the middle what we've got here is just a little shaker pocket. Okay, so quick and easy. There's nothing too long-winded about this. And on this side what we've got is another little wallet which opens up to give you a tiny mini book insert, which has got a belly band shutting, closure, shutting, closure.
Magic whispers of fairy tales.
Yeah, magic whispers of fairy tales. And then you open it up like that, and what I've got in here is a few, what do you call them? It's just it's a faux waterfall, really, for want of a better description. And then you can always put more photos and things on there. I don't know whether I'm allowed to say.
What's that?
About our shop.
Oh, well, you put a link in.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
The clue's in the name. I don't know whether I am or not.
I
don't know.
Not.
I think not, possibly. But if you, I tell you what, if you go to my, I know what I can say. If you go to my profile and you join my bookmaking group, Paper Scissors Story, there's lots of information in there, and there's a whole load of free to take part classes in there. I do a class every Wednesday evening that anybody is very, very welcome to join in, and that's all free of charge. So yeah, but I mean, like I said, these I haven't got in stock at the moment, but I am going to be ordering some. So that all closes up like that, with that like that, and that's our little wallet book, our little whimsical wallet. So I hope you've enjoyed making it with me, and I will see you guys all next Friday when we will start the Valentine's book, which, like I said, I'm gonna tweak because there's a couple of bits I'm not really very happy with in there, but I will do all that before next week. So I'll see you 7:30. Oh, okay, Noreen. I'll thank you. I know you've responded. Much appreciated. I love this group. I absolutely love crafting together with all brands. I love it because of what it stands for, and the fact that, you know, it is a place where everybody can come for inspiration, and it is a place where there's no drama, and it is a place where all the brands get together. It doesn't matter, you know, what brand you represent. You know, and you know, that's why I'm being cautious, because I love this group and I want to stay in it. So I will see you guys next Friday and 7:30. But if you've got any questions in the meantime or you get stuck, let me know, drop me a line. But do please pop your books in the group because I love to see them. All right, everybody, take care. Lots of love from us, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Oh.